Okay, recording this video Monday 24th of February 2014. What a day, exciting and interesting at the same time. I'm going to get to my charts in a second, but just want to respond to a quick email I got from John, this cute little email. Barry, loved the last two updates. Reminds me of my home state, Indiana. I visualize you sitting in a rocking chair on the front porch of a farmhouse with the roosters crowing in the background. Thank you so much for what you do for us. My pleasure, John. So, just to let you know, you might have noticed there are roosters crowing in the background of some of the videos I've been doing lately, and there's a little reason for that. So, we're in Kauai, in Hawaii. This is the northernmost island. It's called the Garden Island just because it's beautifully lush and green here, but they have wild chickens here. Now, the urban myth is that there was a hurricane went through, I don't know, 10 plus years ago, Hurricane Emini, and they had a large chicken farm on the island that got destroyed. All the chickens got loose and they've never bothered to scoop them up, so they're just kind of running around wild. I have no idea whether that's true or not, but there are wild chickens everywhere, and we've actually moved to a new condo where we're at the moment that's quite quiet. It's kind of in a back lot here of the development we're at, and so it happens to be a place where the roosters kind of like to come and just congregate. So I usually beat them up in the morning at 4:30, getting up for the market open, but as soon as they see my lights kind of turn on, they start going, which is kind of unbelievable. Anyway, that's the rooster story. So what a day. So we broke to new highs. Okay. The thing I couldn't believe was how quickly, because I've got my RSS feed reader open, so every time I get an update from any of the websites that I'm following, I get that update immediately, within literally seconds and minutes of it kind of going out. The speed with which the Business Insiders got their articles out this morning about the market kind of breaking to new highs was, well, it was uncanny. It's almost like they wrote them last week and had them ready to go. There's such bloody bulls out there. I don't know. Yep, we broke out of this kind of range. Everybody knows it, but we've got a chance. Give me a day or two's kind of grace on this one. Now we know exactly what the lines in the sand. The lines in the sand used to be up here at kind of mid-40s, low 40s, 43. You know, everybody saw, hopefully, when we got through 42, 43, the stop run there. It was just explosive, took off. And everybody knows on the downside here, this has been the big kind of lines in the sand that we've been playing with. But today we have a little bit of a reversal day, a bit of a U-turn type day. So all of a sudden now the lines in the sands are the high and the low of today. So on the upside it's 1856, on the downside it's 1836, kind of down here. If tomorrow we continue through 56, fair enough. We're going higher. We know what's going to happen in the next several weeks. We're going to bust to new highs, keep on going. You know, the Fed story with, you know, the printing money kind of supporting the equities market kind of going up turns out to be kind of longer term, you know, right. Okay, but if tomorrow we don't hold in the 40s, if we break through 36, if we keep going, if we break through the lows today, all that was today was just a bust up fake out for the Business Insiders, and everything reverses and goes the other way. We start moving back into this channel here, and then we're on target to break the lows. So you can see Better X trend is rising and falling trend lines. We have congestion when we're stuck between these two things. We broke out of it today, but the close was damn close to that falling, you know, trend line here at the top of that zone. So if we fall back into here, we're back in congestion. We've played with the upside break. It's failed. We're now playing with the downside break. So this could get interesting. So tomorrow's the day. They got to prove themselves. If they wanted to take it through the 50s and keep it going, you know, their opportunity really was on Sunday night. They should have gapped it up. They should have bloody got this thing going and raced away for a big day, a 2% plus day, get us way out of this range so that there was no looking back, and all of a sudden, you know, we'd had capitulation by, you know, the bears like me. But they didn't. They couldn't get this thing going. It was decent volume, about 1.4 million contracts traded, but at the end of the day we had a big U-turn. It kind of reversed and went the other way. So 40,500 tip bar chart, This is what we did in terms of that explosive buying today. It hasn't signaled as an exhaustion pattern because the reading is not as extreme as these readings. But look at this. I mean, it's a damn big reading. It's an exhaustion type reading kind of up here. It's the kind of thing that put us into this left shoulder kind of situation over here. So it was a big move, and they couldn't hold it. So let's see. We've got blue professional bars coming in at the end of the day. On the 4,500 tip bar chart, we've overshot our support, our pullback level. It's gone extreme in terms of selling down here. If this is a break into a downtrend now below a support level, it needs to kind of keep going on the downside. So let's see what happens. Maybe we'll go back, make a weak pullback to dirty end of trend on 4,500, and then we're kind of playing back in the zone. But this is it. This is 56 on the high side, 36 kind of the low for today on the downside. So let's look at this. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day. So it's fun. It's interesting. So what did I do this morning? Well, as soon as we went through 42, 43s, jumped on board because we knew that there were stops to be run. Breaking to new highs. So my first trade was long 43.75 as we were kind of getting through. We kind of came back. Whoops. We had this initial kind of exhaustion pattern, blue professional bars. We came into the lows of those blue professional bars and then had another go. So I swallowed my pride, just bought it, and what the hell. So took out 4 on the way up here, which was nice. Then we had another nice little entry, pull back in an uptrend. The reason why this kind of worked out, there weren't blue professional bars that kind of came in here. I know we'd had this kind of pattern on the low side, but probably hadn't seen on the 44,500 tip bar charts enough kind of blue professional bars. So anyway, it just took out another 3 on the upside here. Now, then I thought it was all done for the day. Went away, went for a run, kind of came back to find the market come back and settle into another kind of blue professional bars, potential pullback in an uptrend to up dirty end of trend kind of signal here. Looked good on the 4,500. We also had a cyclical support kind of in due at some point, so that was kind of looking good for a and what normally happens with a runaway day like today is we close on the highs. This is Days of Thunder. This is Tom Cruise. I'll reference that video in the notes below this today's video. But this is normally once we have a runaway day here, you just buy any dip and then hold to the close, because range days close on their extreme, so that we should have closed on highs, but we didn't. We broke down here. I tried to go long twice. I tried at what did I try? 53, 54 even. Got out of that when it didn't start working. Loss of 1.5. Got in again at 53.50. Again was not going. We dropped down to 2.5. Got out with another 1 point loss. So. And it was not working out. We were slitty on a ledge, so just went short. These little amateur up bar, we had amateur up bars on the 500 tip bar chart. Anyway, there was good reasons to kind of go short here when this was not working out. Bang, and took out 4. So made back those 2 kind of losing trades on trying to go long at this point. But if it's not working out, if it's not going your favor, if a range day needs to continue just busting up, you can't give it all that much kind of play to the downside. And as soon as we drop through that kind of ledge there, all of a sudden we're breaking into a downtrend here. Those blue professional bars did not hold it. We'd had our exhaustion pattern, first bearish divergence, nice little Rambo test, then a flush up here, bang. They were kind of pointed the wrong way. You'd expect a blue professional bar here or here. That was when you knew that we were going down, because on this retrace, on the way down here, no blue professional bars had come in at the lows here, but on the retrace, bang, there they hit it. 500 and 1500 tip bar chart, all the blues professional bars kind of came down here, bang, we sold down straight away, followed it up with another big range bar, bang, sold it down, and we're going down until we get. That was a big reading. That was a big reading, over 20,000 on the 500 tip bar chart. Normally these things are going off at about 8 to 11, something like that. But this is a big kind of sell down reading. So that was we're in a downtrend on the 1500 tip bar charts. These things have got to resolve themselves. So exciting day. But give me a day's grace. Let's see what happens tomorrow. We now know our lines in the sand are a lot closer. Rather than being 100 points apart, they're 20 points apart at 56 and 36. So Business Insider and all those bulls, you gotta make it happen at 56. It's got to go higher than that to hold this thing. Otherwise, we're going down. Anyway, I hope your trading went well today. Looking forward to tomorrow.